The Saucony Endorphin Pro 4 represents a significant evolution within the Endorphin Pro line. There are several things I like about this shoe, but one thing I really don't. In this video, I'll be introducing updates, specs, price, looks, and of course, give the shoe an honest rating regarding the shoe's overall feel and performance. Because this is Run IQ. The fourth version of the Saucony Endorphin Pro gives you a whole different underfoot experience with a completely updated midsole composition and geometry, which I will share my honest opinion about in just a second. A new, more minimalist design surrounds your feet in the upper. We will also be comparing it to other models within the racing shoe category and explain exactly which type of runner that would enjoy the Endorphin Pro 4 and which runners that should avoid this shoe at all costs. Let's get into it. The first thing you notice when you put these on is the snug fit from the new minimalistic upper. So here you'll find a noticeable update from the previous versions. I have a longer, narrower foot, and some of our testers have shorter, wider feet. And I was surprised to find that almost everyone seemed to really enjoy the fit. I think it has everything to do with the new stretchy materials, which adapts very well according to different shapes and sizes of feet. I felt no distractions or scratchiness from the laces in comparison to the previous version 3 in the Endorphin Pro line. The elastic knitted mesh and tongue allows for a really secure and comfortable fit. There is not much to be said about the heel counter. It is thin with a little bit of extra cushioning for protection, and overall, I love the upper for both comfortability and lockdown, and there was no room for slippage. Just expect the Endorphin Pro 4 from Saucony to feel nice and secure. Moving on to the most interesting part, where the fourth version separates itself from the previous versions. You'll see that the biggest upgrade sits in the midsole setup with a Power Run PB carrier inside a top layer of Power Run HG foam. The HG foam is the same that you'll find in the Endorphin Elite. From earlier releases in the Endorphin Pro line, you find aggressiveness and speed. In this version though, you find softness, comfortability, and security. Then you may wonder if it is not as fast. Well, I think that Saucony did a good job with providing a shoe aimed to feel both fast and secure. The Power Run PB creates this softness that feels great at longer runs, and the complementing aggressiveness that you want from a marathon racer is achieved due to the Power Run HG combined with the speed roll and the carbon plate. But more on that later. The base is made wider for increased stability, which is needed because of the higher stack of 39.5mm in the heel and 31.5mm of stack in the forefoot for an 8mm drop. All in all, I think the midsole results in the shoe being more efficient at pace. Though it is optimized for forefoot strikers, the softness and security you get from a higher stack and wider base fits a wider range of runners. The weight of this shoe is measured to 7.95 ounces or 225 grams for a men's US 9.5. Let's give a round of applause for the outsole. It is definitely an improvement with everything you want from an outsole, grippy and durable. There was no sign of wear after using it for quite a lot of miles. But the most important part, in my opinion, it is in fact wet road friendly, or much more so than version 3 at least. It looked completely new after some serious running, which makes this a great option. If you want something to both train and race with, okay, it is very nice and all, but there is one thing that could be a huge deal breaker for a lot of runners actually. I told you about the midsole and the responsiveness, but it is actually not as efficient and explosive as the previous version 3. I think that it feels quite a bit slower and with less contact with the ground, and I guess I expected the Endorphin Pro 4 to be faster and more playful. This is because the version 4 has a less aggressive rocker. However, the ride is plusher, more comfortable, and more relaxed, which makes this a better alternative for longer distances and slower paces. But don't get me wrong, this is a really fast shoe, although there are absolutely more aggressive alternatives out there, such as the previous Endorphin Pro, the Vaporfly from Nike, or the Endorphin Elite, which we will cover in future videos, so stay tuned. But remember, don't subscribe to Run IQ if you're not a passionate runner like us. These carbon shoes are truly something else, but not for everyone. Are you fast enough? Only this video will tell. I'll see you there.